She's never told you she's jealous of you. She just forgets to interact on all your social media posts, but never forgets her other friends. She's never told you she's in competition with you, but all of a sudden her life goals become very similar, or if not more extravagant than yours. She's never told you she's insecure around you, but every time you share an accomplishment, she always has to downplay it and counter it with one of hers. She's never told you she wants to be you, but slowly her wardrobe starts looking like everything that you would wear. She's never told you she's mad at you. She'll just make a joke that clearly has been built up for weeks that she has nonstop been thinking about. And it's definitely something minor and backhanded that most normal people would forget about, but it's just one thing that she might have a one-up on you. She never told you she was watching. She'll just quote things that you have said or done to other people around you that will either make you look bad or cringy. She's never told you she's envious of you. She just quietly tallies everything in your life that you have that she wants. She's never said she has the same taste in men as you, but every guy you go after, she'll try and make you jealous with or just try and get them to like her. She's never told you that she's preying on your downfall, but every time you share a goal you're reaching, she has to remind you that it hasn't happened yet. And she's never told you that she's a snake. She's just oddly close with people she knows has done you wrong. She's never told you she's confrontational. She's just the first one in line to tell you when you've messed up, and not in a positive criticism way. She's never said she wants you to look worse than her. She just always dresses up 10 times more, even if it's casual around you. She doesn't say she wants to beat you. She just ensures you know there's things that she has done that you haven't yet, or just constantly brings up things that she knows she is better than you at. And she'll never say that she hates you. She just hates that she isn't you. So if you can relate to any of those, girl, I trust you. That is not your friend. That is someone who just wants to see you fail so they can finally say they have the one up on the person that they always wanted to be. So yeah, I can say I've been through all of that. You live and you learn, but take this as your sign that you need to drop that girl if you can relate to any of those. I gotta go. I love you all, so peace out. Love you. Bye.
Hi guys, welcome back to Clare's Archives. Welcome to part 4 of Jealousy. It's an epidemic, okay? You guys have really loved the previous videos on this topic, so I'm just going to keep going. Comment down below on whatever thoughts you may have on the topic. Just know that jealousy is a universal experience, and from how you guys have engaged with this content, I can see that it's not just me or the people in these videos that have actually experienced jealousy. Jealousy is not for the weak, but just know that if you experiencing jealousy from anyone, you're doing something right, okay? So as much as it can feel bad, as much as it can be annoying, just know you are doing something right, and don't forget to protect your peace and don't make yourself vulnerable for these jealous people. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.
Don't be mad at me. I don't want no smoke, but somebody got to be the one to say it. A lot of y'all really influenced by people y'all claim y'all don't like. And it's obvious. We see it. It's noticeable. You hate this girl with all your heart, but she on your mood board. You can't stop watching her. You can't stop trying to keep up with her. You want to act so unbothered like she irrelevant, all that, but whole time you're obsessed. Now, you ain't gonna never admit it, but it's cool. You ain't got to, because I'm already knowing. Y'all ain't fooling nobody but yourselves.
Jealousy will make people mimic. Jealousy will make people mimic. So you think when people are jealous, they want to do the polar opposite of what you're doing. No, they're going to mirror you to the T, to the nines. If it's on your job, you're going to see them start functioning, trying to flow like you do, trying to say what you do. If it's somebody that's close to you, you're going to see them start dressing like you do, or going to the places you go, or drinking the things you like, or eating the things that you like. I'm telling you, it's not going to be, oh, I'm not doing anything that individual's doing. No, jealousy, because that's a spirit that I don't possess. Jealousy. Jealousy is going to make a person copy you verbatim. Carbon copy. They're going to try to imitate and emulate what you do and how you are and how you function. You just sit back and watch. They're going to use your gestures. They're going to repeat things to you that you've said as though it's their wording. They're going to repeat back things to you that you said to them as though they're the originators of what you said. And you're going to just sit back and scratch your head. Now, in your immature days and in your days of not being able to handle things emotionally, you're going to be irritated like this. You're going to get in your feelings. But in your maturity and in your knowing, even now when you're hearing this, you're going to sit back and watch and say, wow, look at that. They're going to try to sound like you. They're going to try to walk like you. They're going to try to interact with people like you, but they can't carbon copy of you. They can't be you, because you do what you do naturally. You are who you are naturally. You flow through this life. You coast through this life naturally. You're not trying to be a person, or you're not trying to morph into anyone. You're not trying to be like anyone. You haven't tried to imitate a soul. You have just naturally become who you are. And see, everything that you've been through has made you and molded you into who you are today. You didn't understand why you had to go through all of the things you had to go through, is to slough off those layers of anger, those layers of stress, those layers of fear. Because who you are today, you enjoy. Who you are today, you connect with. Who you are today, you would want to be around. Who you are today. And all of your experiences created that. And this individual mimicking and mocking and trying to do what you do and trying to, be who you are is unnatural, because that's not who they are. So it can't last. So as you see it, you're going to really take that in. You're going to, it's going to be funny to you. I'm telling you, because you're going to be like, look at that. Look at this individual right here. You have to pay attention. See, the thing about you is you don't really pay attention to everyone. A lot of people watch people at work, watch people in their life. They stare them down. They watch everything they do. They study their movements, their gestures, their mannerisms. You're not a person that does that. You connect with the soul and the spirit of an individual. You couldn't even describe what a person was wearing if somebody came to you and said, ma'am, sir, could you describe this? You couldn't describe it because you're so busy looking into the depths of a person's soul, into their eyes, into their spirit, into who they are, their energy, what makes them, what makes them tick. Other people are looking at shoes and clothes and hair and makeup and suits and ties and where'd you buy this, and what name brand is that, and what purse you're carrying, and what sunglasses you're wearing, and what jacket you got, and what car you're driving. You couldn't pay you to care less about that stuff. You couldn't be paid to care less. You couldn't describe a pair of shoes to save your life because you're so busy up here. Because you connect. You're a connector. You are an encourager. You are a motivator. You are a lover, naturally. And these people are trying to be you so desperately, so badly. But they can't. You can only keep up an act for so long. That's why they call it love bombing, right? Because it's only going to last for a period of time. Anywhere from 1 to 6 months. Maybe a year if they're really, really good. And then you start to see the change and the morphing and the real them start to come out, and the frustration and the impatience and all that stuff, because they were putting on an act. So just sit back and watch. That jealousy is going to have them being a mime. They're going to silently do everything that you do. But it won't last. It can't last because they don't even have a fraction of what you have. And they haven't even been through a portion of what you've been through that created the you that exists today. So nice try. Keep it up. Tire yourself out. Go ahead. Knock yourself out.
She never told you that she's in competition with you. She just suddenly has the same goals, outfits, and boyfriend type. She never told you she's insecure about your wins. She just zones out every time that you're being celebrated. She never said she's mad. She just makes a joke that seems like it was rehearsed for weeks. And of course, it's backhanded. She never told you that she's studying you. She just pops up with your exact personality 3 months later. She never said she had a jealousy and envy problem. She just ignores everything that you post on social media with no like, no comment, but has no issue supporting all her other friends and everyone else on there. She'll never tell you that she's hiding something. She just always leaving out one very important detail. She never told you that she was watching you. She just quotes your captions and conversations that you weren't invited to. She never warned you that she's extremely draining and needs a therapist. She just has a huge crisis every single time that you have something good going on. She'll never tell you that she's extremely jealous of you. She'll just make sure to send you constant, humble reminders of where you came from. And it's always uncalled for. She doesn't say that you've changed. She just notices that you're not easy to manipulate and control anymore, so she calls it a vibe shift and you're acting weird. She never told you or admitted that she's a hater. She just filters her support through passive aggressiveness. She never told you she's extremely competitive and wants to beat you at everything for her ego, but she just casually brings up things that you haven't done yet. She never told you she's a snake. She's just weirdly close with your enemies. That's such a big one. If you have a friend that will sit at the table with your enemies, that's not your friend at all. I don't care. They're either valuing their friendship with that person over their friendship with yours, or they're too scared to have drama. They want to be non-confrontational, which will always end up biting you in the ass. If something goes wrong, they're not going to have your back out of sake for staying out of drama. So that's just not a real friend. If you have a friend that does any of these things, you need to seriously reconsider your friendship with them. Much better to be alone than to be surrounded by people that would do any of this to you. Trust me. Good luck. I will see you guys on the next one. Bye.
When you pretty with a good spirit, bitches will never like you. They will always be mad.
Anyone who tries to humble you is jealous of you. Because they see that you're a star and they're trying to bring you down to their level. Don't let them do this to you. When people try to humble me, honestly, I just throw it back up as a mirror, reflect it back to them and be like, oh, odd that you'd say something like that out loud. You know? It's like, oh, are you feeling a little jelly? Why do you feel the need to humble me right now? You know? And see what they do. They do this because they see the star power within you that you don't recognize within yourself. So until you recognize the star power that you hold, people will constantly try to humble you. So don't let them do it. Recognize it and be the frequency that doesn't stoop down to their level. Made it.
She never said you were ugly. She just made subtle jokes about your makeup and called your style interesting. She never admitted she was jealous. She just went really oddly silent when you started to win. She never said you were annoying. She just stopped replying when you would get excited about something. She never said she didn't want to support you. She just never showed up, never posted, and never celebrated with you. She never said she wanted to compete, but she just copies every single thing that you do and tries to act like it was her idea. She never said she talked behind your back, and in fact told you she never would do that, but you started to notice that people were treating you differently after hanging around her. She never said she hated you. She just did everything she possibly could to make you doubt yourself. She never said that she did or didn't like your boyfriend. She just flirted with him and called it being friendly. She never told you she was copying you. She just started dressing like you, talking like you, living like you, and acting like you were the imitation. She never told you that she was uncomfortable with your success. She just made every win of yours feel extremely awkward and like you had something to apologize for. She never told you that you were full of yourself. She would just make jokes about you trying too hard anytime you would show some effort. Okay, side note, I never use this bronzer because, like, hello, it's giving orange Oompa Loompa. Don't comment on it. We're gonna pretend like we don't see it. I don't feel like redoing my makeup. She never told you that she didn't respect you. She just repeated your secrets to everybody like their community gossip. I'm feeling way too orange. I'm using my literal gray contour stick to try to help cancel this out. She never said she thought you looked bad. She just said, oh, you're brave for wearing that. I could never. She never said you weren't invited. She just went and invited everyone except for you. She never told you you were a backup or a plan B, but she'd only call you or invite you when nobody else answered or could come. Sound familiar? You already know what I'm gonna say. If you have a friend that does any of these, I'm sorry, but you need to trust me now and thank me later.
You know when people say, oh, people don't care about you that much. People aren't paying attention. Incorrect, because there's people who are paying attention and creating fake accounts and using bots to check up on what the fuck you're doing. So propaganda I'm not falling for is people don't care about what you're doing. They actually do.
My favorite thing is when someone who hates you recruits other people to hate you. And now they're just like a fan club. Oh! And they like just talk about you in a group chat and hang out and talk about you. That's kind of sexy. I want in.
We have God. Stop expecting us to fail. We will highly disappoint you. We will disappoint you.